Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyrone Milade, your goddess guru, your sister friend, and you know I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. It's all about tapping the power within you. Sister, that's where all the juice is. And so let's tap into the power of astrology to support you on your path today. I am so excited to share the astrology and oracle reading for June 18th through the 24th, 2024. How are you doing? I hope all is well. I did post on my channel last week that I am not going live on Wednesdays for a couple of weeks while I retool the live stream show that format that I have. But just yeah, glad to be here with you. Hope that all is well, and yeah, it feels weird not going live because I kind of feel like, what's going on with everybody? So if you feel so inclined, just drop me a little note. Let me know in the comments. So yeah, let's talk about the astrology. Not, I mean, it's a little bit of an impactful week, but it's not odd to me. It's kind of like normal astrology. And just before I do that, I do just want to remind you all that I am making new healing tools that you have at your disposal for your use. And so, because there's so much going on, it can feel so we can feel so much anxiety and just needing to bring in that calm that happens from the inside out. And so y'all know I love hypnotherapy and all that it has done and does for me. And so I created a hypnotherapy toolkit that's all about relieving, releasing anxiety. So I will put the information in the description box, but you will get an audio that you listen to. It's like listening to a meditation. And if you haven't gotten my toolkit, there's a hypnotherapy track in there that shows you what it's like. But it's like getting super relaxed. And this one has even more suggestions for relaxation so that, that's the nature and the norm that your body just becomes used to. I also included a mindfulness track, a subliminal. I'm trying to give you everything to help you hold on to that mental calm and peace. So, yeah, get this spa for your mind and just check the description box. So, let's go on ahead and look at the astrology for this week. So, we're swinging into Cancer season. Venus moved into Cancer on Monday, and Mercury moved into Cancer on Monday. And so that's the beginning of us getting into Cancer season. We have the solstice. Woohoo! Happy summer solstice. If you're in the southern hemisphere, happy fall, not fall, winter solstice, I guess, down there. Um, just to the happy solstice to everybody. May you enjoy the longest day of the year, the shortest day of the year. And, oh, it's interesting, the cards that I pulled for this week, one of them kinda speaks to this energy. I always kinda think about Midsummer's Night Dream. I don't fully remember what that play is about, but I just remember there was, like, something magical about Midsummer's Night Dream. So, that's kinda how I see this week with, now connecting it to the oracle reading. Um, we still are a little bit yeah, through the sun going into Cancer. Up until that point, we still are in this shisty energy, this energy where it could be scammy or we just aren't super focused. I've been really dealing with that. This Mercury square Neptune, oh my gosh, on Monday, I was just like, what is going on with me? Was that Monday? Yeah, that was Monday. So yeah, it's just kind of like this energy of zoning out and just not being all there. And so yeah, just be take precaution through Thursday. with that kind of thing, and also keeping up with everything because it's so easy to lose things or forget things during this time. And then we go into this time of relaxation with Cancer season once the sun moves there. It's like, let me relax. We may feel more nostalgic where we want to spend time with our family or we have a lot of memories that come to us. We just feel very nostalgic about it could be family or just something from the past, right? And Cancer is this energy that has to do with self-care. So I see anytime we're in a watery time, it's like, hey, take care of yourself. And it's like take care of your home. It could be some focusing on TLC for the home. These are the general meanings, but maybe you want to care for something. You feel called to care and nurture something in your life during Cancer season. So the sun will be there for, about close to 30 days. So, and we have Venus and Mercury there for a little while. So we could definitely be focused on taking care of things. Mars is in Taurus. So we're going to have this energy of Taurus, which is feminine. It also is associated with self care and it could be associated with family. I can tell you also, this Cancer season may be a time where a lot of us find ourselves just really wanting to eat. Sometimes it might be, I just want to eat food that makes me feel pleasurable, or it could be we're doing a little extra emotional eating. It's just like, I just wanna try some new foods out, cook some new things. Maybe you wanna cook food that you feel like is healthier for your body works better with this food. I definitely think food is going to be a big hot topic over the next month once the sun goes into Cancer season. So, um, yeah, and then again, Taurus is definitely a homey type sign. And so again, something around the home is important. Also, um, I think what I'm going to focus on is I just want to show you this oracle reading that I did for 2024. I was going over it today and I was like, well, I had something happen and I was just like, I need to find a reading for this year. I need to figure out what's going on. And that's why I'm coming here right now because one of the Odu, one of the spiritual wisdoms that is coming out of my African tradition, is Ogunda. Ogunda. And it says here, the guiding instruction of this Odu is that abundance can be found at home. Any struggle which pulls the person who receives this away from home is pulling them away from their destiny. So I think that what is home? I define home as the physical edifice that you live in, but it's also anything that is your responsibility. Okay. Anything, anybody, whatever that is your responsibility. It's like take care of you and what you're focused on, what you're called to do, instead of trying to fix everything and everybody else, because that's taking you away from your Odu, your power, your destiny. Now, sometimes we're called to help other people in what they do, but it still will be your calling within that larger calling. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean don't help anybody. It just means like, what are you supposed to be focused on right now? Focus on that and you will reap great rewards. And so while we have Mars in Taurus and all of these planets in Cancer, that is something I want you all to know. Focus on you and what you're responsible for. And I think this, just the energy of the season is going to give you great reward as a result of it. Now, just before the sun goes into Cancer, the sun will square Neptune. And so, again, it can make us feel like, oh, I'm so tired. I don't have any energy, um, distractions, and um, Yeah, it's like flightiness to a certain degree. But the other part about the Sun square Neptune is it's kind of like there's probably some spiritual downloads that are coming to you. Maybe you haven't been paying attention to them. And so something will kind of like jar you to help you to, really receive that message, that download. And it could be there's some creative energy that, you need to channel or you need to access, and it will come during this time. Though it could be through something kind of like pushing you to get there. So yeah, that's what I'll say about that. And then right when the sun goes into Cancer, that's when we're gonna get our Capricorn full moon. So, wow, on Friday, we have a full moon. Now, you probably will start feeling that full moon on the 20th, and the actual intense part of the full moon, easily we'll feel that through the 23rd or the 24th. And I want you to go back to seems like the new moon in Capricorn was in January. I don't quite remember, but it's like, wow. I remember having a new moon circle. It was public and it was for Capricorn because my dad had been sick and I couldn't plan like a regular circle. And it seems like that was just yesterday. So yeah, going back 6 months. What maybe even thinking about your New Year's intentions, checking in with those. Where are you in manifesting them? And, what needs to be retooled. Maybe you've gotten distracted. This full moon will help you to get sobered up around, like, get real around what you need to do because maybe you're distracted. So, personally, I love the energy of Capricorn. Um, it's it's not fun energy, but I tell you what, it gets the job done, right? I will make a video about this full moon, so I'll be posting that soon. But, yeah, open yourself up to the full moon energy. So, that means that right now we're still in the waxing phase of the moon. So it's like energy, get things done, take action, right? We get to that full moon, we're going to get some messages, some downloads. We definitely want to celebrate. So definitely do that. And, Mercury will be sextiling Mars during that time, so that's beautiful. That brings in this energy of I don't know, I feel like this Capricorn moon is gonna be sort of like a get it done type of moon. I think it's gonna reveal some stuff to us, but I think we'll have a lot of energy with this moon. Cancer as a sign is about getting things done. It's about taking action, having initiative. So, I think that full moon in Capricorn is I tell y'all what, I get so much done with Capricorn. I'm like, "Wow, I'm on it." But with the Mercury sextile Mars, that brings in energy, and it could be, like there's some ideas coming to you and you're taking action on them, or it could be, something about I don't know, hear something about you taking action within community. It could be like a small group or something like that, but it's definitely like working with other people to get some things done. Um, but the other thing too could be it's like, oh, I just want to take care of myself and relax a little bit. Even with Capricorn kind of pushing you, Capricorn moon kind of pushing you to get things done. It's like after work comes rest. So I really do love that. So, and then after that, we don't have a lot of transits going on. Then we have Mercury trine Saturn. Whoa, on the 16th. So yeah, I'll talk more about that next week, since that's Wednesday. Uh, what is that? Yeah, since that's Wednesday. But I do want to just kind of jump ahead to the Saturn retrograde. Yeah, I thought there were two planets going retrograde. Okay, so we're going to have Saturn go retrograde on the 29th of June. And so whenever a planet goes retrograde, its energy gets super strong because it has to stop and then start retrograding. Okay. So its energy, in order for it to do that, it has to have a lot of energy. So we will be feeling this Saturn retrograde significantly next week. We might even start feeling it close to the end of this week. So Saturn is always about like a reality check. It is about now, I can tell you this one could be if something karmic comes up. It might even feel like it's other lifetime or a generational something to do with your ancestors. Could definitely be bringing up topics like that. Pisces is kind of like a messy sign, so it's kind of like maybe Saturn will say, "Hey, you haven't cleaned up this mess yet." And something significant happens. Sometimes it's an actual manifestation, but something significant can happen. I don't really want to talk about, it could get cold all of a sudden. Like we're like, I thought it was hot here. And then all of a sudden it gets cold. But I also think it's something with water because it's Pisces. Saturn is typically hard, it's frozen, it's stiff, you know? So topics like that with water could be coming up or well, let me just jump over here to it's also about the mental health. Pisces actually is a sign that has to do with mental health challenges. A lot of people are depressed. A lot of people who are Pisces have dealt with depression and just different other mental health challenges to the point where Pisces is the sign for mental, like s- uh, institutions, mental health institutions where people go away and stay there. Okay. So it could be Saturn is giving us some type of reality check around our mental health and well being. Okay. Or we'll hear something about one of those types of places. It's Pisces is labs, and we might hear something going on with people working in labs, or Saturn is also the government and regulation. So it could be something like that popping off. So just be on the lookout for what you see. Saturn and Pisces, they're very societal in nature. So maybe we see something in our lives, or maybe we see something that happens in the world. But it's weird because I'm jumping ahead. July 2nd, Neptune goes retrograde. And that is highlighting this Pisces energy significantly. And Neptune is retrograding on the 29th degree. So karma for real, baby, could be coming up for a lot of us. And karma is not bad. It's just something that needs to be dealt with. Karma could be, you're reaping something that you really like you thought you had lost it and now you did something and karmically this opportunity or this good thing has been brought back to you. So it's not necessarily bad, but uh wow, this is this is a lot of very strong energy because we're feeling both of these retrogrades next week. Okay, I mean, Neptune is even bigger than Saturn. So the way when we start feeling it, it's even greater. So next week is really it's gonna be a powerful week as we start going into it. Very, very powerful. I will say one thing about Pisces is it's about miracles. So that is my hope for you that you experience a miracle next week. So let me tell you about the readings that I got. I find it fascinating that we are going into this watery season. And the first card I pulled is a seas card. It's from my Mythical Goddess Tarot deck. So that's water. And it is innocence. It's the child waters card, this seas card. And so you see this little baby in the middle of the ocean, wrapped in a shell, and the baby is just happy. She's just smiling and feeling so safe. She sleeps deeply in the cowrie shell womb, safe and at peace within the storm. She is protected in all her guilelessness. And it says here, the sweetness of this ocean child's innocence teaches trust, especially when the seas are stormy and life is uncertain. That's how I feel right now. Wow. Challenging times can require going deeply within to find the true center where stillness is known and the need to control is released during turbulent times. So, open to the childlike quality of innocence within you to find life's perfect way through. And I honestly believe that is all that Pisces energy we're going to be feeling. That is what we want to really feel into for ourselves. Okay, so the Uzumi card. This is what I was referring to a little bit earlier. Um, which transit was it? I can't remember. Anywho, when I brought up the Ogunda. Okay, so Uzumi is the wild woman. So this is a week where it's like be wild, be free, be liberated. She's actually an air sign, which matches the Gemini energy that we have going on. And it says she dances to the whirling cosmos without regard to rules and restrictions of the physical world, which Saturn might try to restrict you. But I think that if the restriction doesn't make sense to you next week or this over the next few days into next week, we'll be feeling like Uzumi. Like the air element she represents, she has no agenda and no baggage. And she draws forth the childlike innocence in everyone she meets. Now, I will say that Pisces energy is childlike innocence. So that keeps coming up. Are you being too serious? That might be something that needs to be looked into. Are you able to allow your inner girl to do her job, to bring that childlike innocence so that you can feel taken care of, even when it seems like no one's taking care of you? There is something to be said for letting that little girl come through and believe. That's what I always think about the little girl, the inner child. They have this Disney World, Disneyland like ability to bring that into our lives so we can see what's possible. Okay. She embodies nonconformity and the transcendence of the earthly realm. She is the archetypal wild woman, and she makes merry mockery of all things sacred and profane. She is pure guilelessness in her irreverence, and she reminds you to be free in your expression and the way you view the world. She calls to your inner child to let go of your baggage and schemes, to surrender your grip on the way you function, and remember that life is a dance. So be like Uzumi, free your inner radiance into expression. How are you going to express yourself over this next week? And so you do this by being true to who you are. Release yourself from the restricted limitations of your genetics and the world around you. So maybe some of us need to dance over this next week. Okay, next one is the high priestess. This is the last one. Isis, and she has to do with the moon. Okay. I love Isis because even though I know Isis and Aset are the same energy, I love the way Isis is described because she's all about honoring your inner guidance and intuition. And that was one thing I neglected to say about Cancer. It's very intuitive. Plus, we have all this Pisces energy that's getting highlighted with these planets retrograding. So, this next week can be exceedingly intuitive, and we need that right now. That's part of the wisdom that was spoken for 2024 is to lean into your intuition, and that is where you will find success. It says her magnificent presence radiates her shining wisdom that is present to experience. Your intuition is accessed through the depth of your being and knowing, and it's through having introspection and being receptive. This is what you want to do. You can use meditation, you can use dream time, but how will you open yourself up to this introspection and being receptive to receive this wisdom. Isis urges you to take no counsel outside of your own wisdom, to go deep into your inner landscape where the guidance you seek is found. So I think over this next week, a lot of it is about tapping into that inner innocence. And it's like, how much can you actually trust the universe, which I call the great mother? How much can you actually trust the universe? And I can tell you, last little bit, trust begins with you trusting you and the universe. You don't need to trust people when you trust you and the universe, because you know that between you and the highest power on the universe, and of all manifest reality, non-manifest reality, between you and that energy, there's nothing you cannot know. And you can trust yourself to be able to discern when to do something or when not to do something. We don't have to trust people, nothing. And we want to put ourselves in the care of the universe over this next week. And I want you to try this out and then let me know how it works. It's one thing to think about it, it's another thing to actually do it. It's one thing to listen and hear the wisdom, and it's another thing to consciously say, I am going to put this into play in my life. And because we are spiritual scientists like Ma'at, we test everything and we look to see what are the results. Thank you so, so much for being here. I really appreciate you. And I'm hoping that you have a beautiful, beautiful week. I just want to remind you again that there is the um, anxiety release hypnosis. And if you're not familiar with hypnosis, I think open the a video. Yeah, if you go down here, there's a video that talks about what is hypnosis and hypnotherapy. You can learn more there. And so, yeah, I encourage you to go on ahead and download this and use it anytime you're feeling way too much anxiety. And you will find yourself just like, oh, that was easy. I feel so calm and in tune with myself again. Hey, you all are amazing. I appreciate you. Will you do me a favor and give the video a like? It's YouTube world. So as many thumbs ups and comments as I can get, it helps to bring health to my channel. And YouTube continues to make sure even you get to see my videos among other people who will benefit from them too. It's not really just about me, it's about us as a community sharing this wisdom and helping other people to realize that they're not alone on this goddess path. They're not alone on using ancient wisdom. And so, yeah, thank you so much for supporting the channel in that way. You have a wonderful rest of your week. And yeah, you'll be hearing from me soon. Peace and love.